Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. I've worked thousands of cases. I worked at IRS for 10 years, and I've been doing this 41 years in private practice. I have a whole team of former agents. I've been on all the news stations. They've interviewed me, Fox Business News twice, ABC, The Briefing Room, Newsmax, News Nation. Look at me on my website. You can learn all about me. I am a national expert in resolution matters. So I want to talk to you today about, do you qualify for an offer and compromise? The difference with me and 99.9% of everyone else you're going to hear on YouTube is I work the offer and compromise program as an IRS agent. I used to accept offers and I used to deny offers. So I am actually the expert in offers and compromise. I don't think if you've watched YouTube, you haven't probably watched anybody who accepted and denied offers. So you need to listen to what I have to say and kind of use that as a rule, your golden rule, and apply it to everyone else, because everyone usually shops for people. Anyway, I'll talk more about that at another video, the shopping, unbelievable. Anyway, let me tell you about the offer and compromise and how the offer and compromise agent looks at the case. The agent goes ahead, and when they look at the case, they usually look to deny the case. They don't look to accept it. They look to find out what stinks on the financial statement. And then when they finally get a clean offer and compromise, then what they're putting their two eyeballs on really are this. They're looking at your assets and the value of your assets. They really want to know what those are, because they're going to formulate that number, and then they're going to look at your income versus your necessary living expenses. The offer and compromise formula is predicated on your assets is one figure and your income versus your necessary living expense is another. At the end of the day, IRS is going to look at a financial statement, their 433A OIC, and when they go ahead and do that, they're going to look at your income, and then they're going to knock out your expenses, and they're going to put in their expenses, their necessary living expenses, in these categories: food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car expenses. You can find those out by going to the IRS National Standard and Googling IRS National Standards for food and clothing, housing and utility expenses, for car payments and car expenses. You've got to put those payments into that financial statement and move yours out. What IRS is doing is they're using the Department of Labor statistics for your offer and compromise, not your numbers. What you do is, when you look at your income and expenses and put the two together, whatever you have left over at the end of the month is multiplied by the life of the statute. So if you have $500 left over at the end of the month and you've got 5 years left on your statute, that's a 60 multiplier. 12 years times 5 is 60. So they just add the two numbers together, the asset number and what you have left over at the end of the month by the life of the statute, and that's the offer formula. That's it. It's that simple. Now, if you have enough assets to go ahead and pay the tax, IRS is not going to accept your offer. One of the harms that people actually don't know about is when you go ahead and submit your offer, if it's not accepted, they keep the 20% and you extended the life of the statute for the time that was in offer status. So what I'm telling you, if you're going to do this on your own, you better know the offer and compromise formula. You better know what the national standards are, how they're going to apply to your case. And at the end of the day, if you're going to hire someone, I wouldn't hire 99% of these other people out there. You need to hire really, there's some good people out there. Don't hire a firm, hire a person. And you're best off hiring a former IRS agent that work the IRS program. Give me a subscription if you would. I really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. By the way, one other thing, you must be current on all your taxes. You must be current on your estimate payments if you're self-employed, and all your tax returns must be filed. You have to remember those three things. Thank you for listening.